Hey guys, thought I'd take a break and give you guys a layout update with all the fun stuff I have been doing. I guess I'll start right here with this new Walters 2-bay fire station. I've always wanted a fire station to hold some of my fire equipment, maybe because I want to, animate some of the lights here so they have the flashing effect. So I wanted a fire station, so I got this kit. I've painted this kit. Some colors I've mixed with the paints I have. It turned out really nice. Walters kits definitely look a lot better once you apply paint. And because I have so many trucks, I was probably going to park a few back here in a back lot. Because obviously this can only fit 2. But anyway, yeah. Over here I've been making a lot of mess, as you can see. I've been putting in asphalt road. This time the material I decided to use was the Dram's water putty. After reading some forums, some people were super happy with it. I can see why. It's definitely a lot different than working with the Woodland Scenic Smooth It. When done, it dries rock hard. You can sand it, paint it, do a lot of the same stuff as you can with the Woodland Scenic stuff. But I mean, mixed results so far. This is actually still drying, but I can touch it and it won't harm it in any way. Over here, this was another section I've done, and I've already gone ahead and patched some of the holes that were there, sanded it, applied a few coats of paint before I repatch it and all that other fun stuff. But yeah, so far I like it. You have to learn to work with it a little bit, but I say that I like it. Another cool thing over here, because this is a lot of track and straight, before I I can't talk. Before I laid down the water putty, I wired and isolated the tracks, not quite in that order, isolated then wired anyway, so that I can get a grade crossing pro for this track, which will operate some crossing signals over here and maybe over there. And then I'm going to get a second grade crossing pro just for this track, for gate here, there. And then a third grade crossing pro for the reverse section, tail end of the Y, that will control a crossing gate, light, thing, whatever, over here. And then another wiring thing that I have done, I have been running trains, but I got in my PSX AR-FB, which is, well, let me find the package. Someone makes it, I can't, DCC Concepts? No, DCC Specialties. DCC Specialties PSX AR is the auto reverser, FB is feedback. Basically, I don't need to buy another BD20. I did try to use the built-in stall motor machine. This one's a little bit older, this device, so I can't really assign it an accessory address. So I'm just going to use NCE to operate it, which will allow me to program the macro panel, mini panel. Ha! I can remember things today. To do switch routes. Speaking of which, I've gotten another switch 8. All the yard switches are on that switch 8. Obviously they have tortoise switch machines. Same thing with this. And then going over here, that, and the crossover. I've decided I'm going to move all the switches over to the NCE system because I can control them from my cab throttle easier with an accessory address. And I'll figure out another use for the SE8C. Maybe I'll get some sound 4s or whatever. But anyway, I guess I'll take you to this structure right here. The Angrossi booksellers made by Walters. I guess I was stressed one day, I don't know. I'm getting more picky. So I didn't like that this kit wasn't painted because it has some sheen to it and just doesn't look as nice as this kit looked. So I tried to take it apart to see if I could paint it because it also wasn't assembled super well. That didn't go too well, so I ended up just punching it a few times and it kind of came apart in many pieces. So the plan for this mess is I'm gonna buy a new one because I do like the kit. I just didn't do too well on it. And this one I'm gonna modify and probably use as the background structure. Because I mean it's decent enough. At least the, you know, this part, that part, whatever. And then that's over there just because I've been plastering stuff here. Back to the road because, order. This part is probably going to be styrene. If not styrene for the road material, I'm probably going to use Smooth It. We'll see. Like I said, this stuff's fun to work with, but it requires a lot of sanding and I'm still just blah with it. Another thing I have to figure out, because we're going in so much order here, is as you can see, the road kind of just stops right there. I'm trying to decide, because there's going to be the American Model Builder Southern Pacific Type 22 left-hand depot over there. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get a road to it. So this was one option. I don't know if I actually want to put a road that extends from this part of the layout over to over there. The tracks were kind of wide. It kind of looked funky. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But either way, should I decide that the road just stops there, I've kind of built it that way so far. And then I just put some blockades and make it look like, yeah, there used to be a road that crossed tracks here, but then that just doesn't anymore. So, and then I guess I'll give you a view from the other side here in a sec. So hold on. Welcome to the other side. Same layout update. I have gotten the yard all the way in, and then I've also installed temporarily, well, not the switch is permanent, but a industry lead track. I don't know what industry is going to be there, but maybe two, maybe have one industry over here. The freeway I'm probably going to put here to break up this part of the layout and that part of the layout. And then maybe another industry there. Who knows? Excuse me, I have gas. Yikes. And then here's the road going over here. This part I just laid today. It's still wet. Well, damp, whatever. But you can see the switch is installed. It'll come into this switch and there'll be an industry there and then an industry here with just enough room to, you know, put a train into there. Do all that fun stuff. Coming over here, speaking of the depot, one of the projects, I was going to start over here with the passenger depot and do all that stuff later, but when painting the depot, it didn't go quite too well. I am using the True Color paint, I believe. The SP Colonial Depot Yellow, and then the SP Trim Brown Depot, whatever paint it is. People seem to like it for its color. It says that you don't need to thin it out of the bottle. I'm gonna slightly disagree with that. Basically, mainly with the brown. The yellow did okay, even though you need a lot of layers on it because I didn't use primer or anything. The brown, it would repeatedly, every time I tried to use it, it would literally clog up the airbrush within 3 minutes. I tried thinning it with a variety of different methods, including some universal acrylic paint thinner, and whenever you mess with the paint, all it does is separate the pigment from the liquid. So I don't know what was up with that. So, I mean, here it is under light. The color actually turned out pretty good. It's just not super even. I mean, it looks okay. The yellow did alright. But anyway, while I was painting it and just not having enough luck with it, I decided just to stop. I'm gonna get the True Color Paints proprietary paint thinner. I'm gonna buy more paint, and then I'm just gonna spray the crap out of it. Or, yeah,